Hello? Hello? Everything sound okay? Hello? Oh, oops. Wait just a sec. Yo, what's up? Do I sound alright? Everything sound okay? I didn't get a lot of time to prepare for this. Wait just a little bit. See how many people are gonna show up. And then we'll start ranking all of the maps. Okay, cool. All right. So in today's video, well, not video, in today's live stream, which will eventually be a video, we're gonna rank every single map in Overwatch, including the CTF maps and the deathmatch maps. Okay, I'm pretty confident. I got a good read on how the community feels, generally speaking, about the map, so I'm gonna factor that in. It's not just gonna be only my opinion, but obviously, I'm going to weigh my opinion pretty heavily. So we'll start with Antarctic Peninsula. So I actually really like this map quite a bit. That is what this one is, right? Yeah. I like this map quite a bit, but I feel like in general people don't love it a ton. It kind of got like a mid reception. I think it looks nice for sure. Yo, what's up, Jerry? So I think we're gonna plant this firmly in B tier now. We'll start with B tier. Maybe we can move it up later. Anubis. I don't even know how many new players. New players won't even have played Anubis, so I feel like lots of the community's not even gonna have an opinion. But I love Anubis. I think it's one of the best maps. I think the control maps were awesome. I miss playing 2CP for sure. Okay, next, Ayutthaya, or however you say it. This is only a CTF map. My friends and I we'll play like 2v3, like deathmatch or elim, whenever we're waiting for games. And it's honestly a pretty good map for that. It's kind of big, and I remember playing it on CTF. It's a good map for what it is. But I think it's definitely lower than some of the other maps that you could use for that sort of thing. Let's see. I think I'm gonna put it in C tier for now. I feel like C tier seems like a good spot. Black Forest. This is the best deathmatch map. You can't change my mind about that. This is an S tier map, easy. It's one of the best maps in the game. It functions perfectly for what it is. Okay, then we got Blizzard World. I personally really like Blizzard World a lot, but I feel like lots of people don't care for Blizzard World that much. It's a cool map in like its concept and theme, but whenever it comes down to like the actual gameplay, it enables Widowmaker, and I hate anything that enables Widowmaker. So even though I might put it in like A tier, it's gonna go in B tier for sure. We won't organize these like in the tier themselves until the end, so they're just gonna be random for now. Busan. Busan is mid. Busan is absolutely a mid map for sure. I don't think that a lot of people like Busan anyway. I especially don't. I like Mecha Base. Mecha Base is fun, but otherwise, lame map. Mid map. Okay, and then we got... Oh, what is this one called? I should have pulled up a list of all of the map names before I did this. Oh, what is it? Castillo. Castillo. This is an okay deathmatch map. It's definitely not as good as Black Forest, for sure. But you know, we're kind of limited on our picks for deathmatch maps, so I think this is gonna go in B. Put it in, yeah, we'll put it in B tier for now. Okay, Chateau. Chateau is a, it's the first deathmatch map, so it gets some credit there, but I think in general, kind of mid. I don't like how sort of like separated the sections are. It makes it really hard to find fights sometimes. Like, I don't know if you've ever played Chateau and you're just running around the map looking for someone to fight, and I really don't like that about it. But it is an OG, so I'm gonna put it in mid. And then we have Circuit Royale, F tier map, easily F tier map. Enables Widowmaker. It sucks. Nobody likes it. It's a terrible map, and I can't wait for them to fix it somehow. I don't know how you fix it. Maybe you put more stuff in the way so the sight lines aren't so long, but anything that enables Widow is awful. Definitely F tier. So Coliseo, I would have put this in F tier normally, but they have recently fixed it. You know, they've revamped the map. It's not so bad anymore. So I think it. Oh, I skipped. Did I move it around? I think it'll go in D tier. It has survived F tier. Okay, Dorado. I think generally the community really doesn't like Dorado at all whatsoever. Not even a little bit. Yo, what's up, Jet Cube? I personally think Dorado's okay, but it definitely has its issues for sure. And it is an OG map. I feel like some of the OG maps are definitely weaker. I think I'm gonna put it in C. Put it in C tier for now. Okay, Eco Point Antarctica. I personally like Eco Point a lot. I think it's not quite as good as Black Forest, so I think we're gonna put it in A. But it's definitely one of the better like deathmatch maps for sure. Eichenwald. I don't think this is a controversial take at all. Eichenwald, easily S tier map. Everybody loves Eichenwald. It's awesome. The story behind it is awesome. It's just a really fun map to play. I don't think you ever get Eichenwald and are like sad about it. Never happens. Okay. Esperanza. I think a lot of the push maps are really mid. They kind of suck. Now, they all came out in kind of a close proximity to one another, so they probably didn't get to implement a lot of what they had learned whenever they released these, but it's pretty mid for sure. And I think it's gotta be a B tier map. B tier for sure. Okay, Lijiang Garden. This is specifically Lijiang Garden, not Lijiang the whole map, just the garden for like CTF and deathmatch and stuff. For CTF, it's okay. For deathmatch, it's kind of large, so I'm definitely gonna put it in D tier. Okay, Watchpoint Gibraltar. Another OG map, another, I think, fan favorite. I think most people like Watchpoint. It has some spots where it kind of enables Widowmaker, so that drops it a little lower for me. So I think we're gonna put it in B tier. I think originally I would have put this in A tier, but we're gonna move it down to B tier. Mid map. Hanamura. Hanamura is an awesome map. It definitely has its problems for sure, and they're reworked it into whatever it is for Clash. Let's go with A tier. Most people won't even have played original Hanamura. Probably for the better, to be honest, but we'll put it there for now. Oh boy, Havana. Havana, F tier map, easy. The sightlines are too long, enables Widowmaker like crazy. One of the worst maps in the game. Disappointed every single time I get it. You can walk out of spawn knowing the enemy team's gonna have a Widow. Just about always. I hate it. Worst map. Okay, and then we have Hollywood. Hollywood, classic map, great map. I sound like Trump right now. It's a great map, best map. Everybody loves it. But we'll put it in... I think it's a B tier map. I feel like Second Point especially is kind of weak. I don't enjoy playing it at all. All my homies hate Havana. True. Everybody I know hates Havana. Every streamer I see hates Havana. Havana, terrible, terrible map. They should just remove it from the game like they did Paris. Okay. Horizon Lunar Colony. Another OG 2CP map. Horizon's an awesome map, but it was not fun to play a lot of the time. You could really get locked down on that first point, especially. And then the respawns on the second point were so fast you could never take the map, it felt like. It was really, really, really tough. And getting to the first point was always a nightmare. People got to experience this one, though, a little bit in Star Watch, which is cool, I guess. Star Watch fucking sucked, but, you know, Horizon was definitely an interesting map, but not a good map, I'm gonna say. So we'll go ahead and we'll drop Horizon in C tier. Okay, Ilios. I personally don't like Ilios. I know a lot of people like Ilios, but I personally don't really care for Ilios. But I think the community sentiment is definitely hard A tier for sure. Okay. I don't like Ilios because the boops are cheesy and annoying, and Ruins blows. One of the worst maps in the game, in my opinion. Enables Widowmaker, terrible. Nobody should play Ruins. Okay. Junkertown. Junkertown is another tough call because, see, personally, I like Junkertown a lot when there's not a Widow on it, but again, these long sightline maps are just really, really, really annoying to play most of the time. Normally, I'm pretty happy to get Junkertown, so I think we can put Junkertown in a B tier. It's a mixed bag. Okay, Kanizaka. This is I think the newest deathmatch map that they've added. It's okay. I feel like it generally has some interesting places to fight. Most of the fighting kind of winds up in the middle of the map where that big health pack is, and that pagoda thing. So, let's see. I think we can probably safely put this in B tier. I think that's a pretty safe bet. Oh boy. King's Row. This is like the quintessential Overwatch map. When people think of Overwatch, they think of King's Row. This is the map. Everybody loves this map. It's great. I think it's easily S tier. Definitely one of the best maps. Everybody's excited. It enables some of the more fun characters, or like, not necessarily fun, but like some of the more classic characters like Reinhardt. People love this map, and I think for a good reason. Great map. Okay. Now we have Lijiang in its entirety. Oh man, so personally I like Lijiang a lot. I think Lijiang is one of the better maps. I'm going to put it in A tier. I like the control point maps for the most part, and I think that Lijiang especially enables some characters to be played that you wouldn't normally get to see. Like Junkrat is really good on Control Center, Reinhardt's really good on Control Center. I think having the occasional map where things are pretty close quarters is definitely the way to go. Okay, this is Malavicto, right? Hold on, we go. I can't remember this one's name. This is... One sec. It's... Wait, I've skipped it. It's not even here. Hold on. Oh, no. Yeah, Malavento. Okay, Malavento. I haven't played this one a ton, except whenever you're sort of like waiting for a game and you randomly get put in a deathmatch on it. But it plays okay, I think. I think it's definitely like a B tier map. It's kind of big, and I feel like sometimes I'm walking around looking for someone to fight, just like Chateau. So I think B tier is fine. Okay, next map we have Midtown. I feel like Midtown is mid. It's a fun map. It's not awful, but it just doesn't flow as nicely as something like King's Row. So I think we're gonna drop it in B tier. Okay, Necropolis. This is like the Widow map, so I don't really like it, obviously. I think I'm gonna put it in C tier. I mean, it's fun to play Widow Headshot on Necropolis, but other than that, it's not that fun. And whenever you're playing, like even like whenever my friends and I do like the 2v3 elim, like it's really easy to just get on a high ground and sit up there, and you can't dislodge people from it easily. So I think definitely like a C tier map. Nepal. Okay. So I think I personally would put Nepal in S tier. I love Nepal. It's one of my favorite sets of maps. But I think in general it's probably like weaker than these ones that are up here. So I'm gonna put it at the top of A tier for now. Okay, New Junk City. New Junk City. This is the first Flashpoint map that came out, I'm pretty sure, right? And I think that definitely shows in its design. It's fun. I think Flashpoint is like an okay game mode. And I don't really ever feel like terrible about getting New Junk City. But I think in general people don't really care for it that much. So I think for now it's gonna go at like the bottom of B tier, maybe top of C tier, somewhere in there. New Queen Street. Oh man, this one has some real issues. This one I think is probably the weakest push map for sure. I think in general, people don't really like New Queen Street at all. I feel like the initial engagement that you take, where the robot spawns, is fine, but after that, it's a mess. It's so easy to just never be able to push up that hill to like actually close the game out, and at the same time, on the way back, it's so easy to get killed and then just ping pong back and forth between not being able to close out the game and the enemy team like pushing it like 1 or 2 fights forward. So it's really really annoying to play a lot of the time. So I think this is definitely like a C or D tier map. We'll drop it in C tier for now. Okay, Noombani. OG Overwatch map. I personally kind of hate Noombani. I've had so many games, countless games, where you can't even cap first point because your team has like literally no idea how to play the high ground, like at all. So I think Noombani is gonna be. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I think some people might disagree with me on that. I think maybe other people like Noombani a lot. And whenever you have like an actual game of Overwatch happening where people enjoy the game a lot and know how to play, it's one of the better maps in the game. But most of the time that doesn't happen. And you have teammates who have literally no idea what to do or how to push a high ground, and you can't even cap the first point. So I'm gonna drop that in C. Okay, Oasis. I think Oasis is one of the less good control point maps. I think it's definitely worse than Nepal. I would say it's definitely worse than Lijiang. So let's go ahead and drop it in C tier. I like the library one, I think it is. The one with the university one, maybe. I don't remember the names of all of the individual Oasis maps, but the one where the hole is in the middle is a good map. Otherwise, I think the other ones kind of suck. Okay, Paraíso. This is an interesting map. I think this one's divisive. It looks nice. Circuit Royale is so good. Bro, do you play Widow? You have to play Widow if you think Circuit Royale is good. Or play some kind of sniper. No shot. Okay, Paraíso. I personally like Paraíso. But I think a lot of people aren't super happy with it. It definitely can like be super easy to stall. So I think, or not stall, but like get locked down and not really be able to make any progress. Especially in that Streets phase. Streets phase is rough if you don't have anybody to push high ground. So I'm gonna say B tier. Paris. Paris is so bad it got removed almost immediately and was never seen again. F tier. Terrible map. I don't even think they found a way to fix it. I don't know what they're doing with it. They put all this work into this map just for it to like never get played. Terrible map. And that's why probably nobody even knows about this map. There's a huge percentage of the player base that's never even heard of this map because, like, even people who came in at the start of Overwatch 2 have heard of, like, Anubis and Hanamura because they're awesome maps, but Paris, F tier. No one even knows. Oh, you're happy you get to play Sigma? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Sigma's really good on the maps that Sigma is good on, and that's definitely one of them, so I can see that. I can see that. Okay, Petra. Petra is fun, but it's kind of weird. I feel like on Petra, the only fun place to fight is in that area with the little health pack and the jumpy pad. So I feel like that's the part of Petra I like, and everywhere outside of that area is really lame, and I don't ever want to be there. And when I am there, I try and get to that other area as quickly as possible. So like half of Petra is fun, and half of Petra just like blows. So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say C tier, I think, for Petra. Yeah, we're gonna go C tier for Petra. Rialto. I think Rialto is a fun and kind of like quirky map with the fact that there's the rivers and you can fall in them, and that creates some like fun moments, but it also enables Widowmaker, making it a terrible map in my eyes. Truly awful for that reason. But it's fun, and I think it has like a unique feel to it that a lot of the other maps don't have. So I'm gonna say Rialto is, let's go with C tier. It is amazing because of the boats. I 100% agree. You know what? We'll put it at the bottom of B tier. Route 66. And just in general, I want to say, I think Overwatch, for the most part, has some really amazing maps. Like, none of the maps in Overwatch are, like, just awful, except for Havana. And Paris, of course, but we don't even have to talk about that one. But, like, Havana is truly, like, a bad map. I think it's poorly designed. But, in general, I think most of the maps in Overwatch are actually pretty good. Route 66, fun map, a classic. You can't go wrong with Route 66. A tier. Easy. Well, maybe B tier. Do I really think that Route 66 is better than Watchpoint Gibraltar? That's a tough one. That's really tough. I think I'm gonna put Route 66 in B tier. I think I would rather play Gibraltar just about any time over Route 66. Although they did have to make some changes to it, and you can get camped really hard on the airship in Gibraltar. So I'm gonna move this to A tier. I think Route 66 is better than Gibraltar. Route 66 is better than Gibraltar? Okay, yeah. Alright. Ilios Ruins. This is specifically for Capture the Flag, or Deathmatch type stuff. I think this is only Capture the Flag, actually. It's an okay Capture the Flag map. I think it's maybe the first one, this in Nepal Village. So let's go ahead and knock these out together. Because I think both of them are probably like B tier maps together. They play very similarly to one another. And you know, we don't play Capture the Flag that often. In general, I hate Ruins because of the Widowmaker, of course. But for Capture the Flag, it was a lot of fun. So we'll put it at the bottom of B tier. Runasapi. This is the newest map in Overwatch. Personally, this is an S tier map. Easy. It's beautiful, super colorful. It's fun. I think they learned a lot of things about the other push maps that they incorporated into Runasapi's design that aren't in those other maps. It plays way better than the other ones. Feels really fluid. I haven't had any moments where I feel like I'm just like stalled out and can't do anything like in a lot of the other push maps. It has very clearly defined areas where you should fight and where you shouldn't. Great map. Definitely S tier. Okay, Samoa. Samoa is Also one of the newer maps. I like Samoa a lot. I think it also is a really pretty map. I think going with that sort of like really colorful tropical design they both have, I don't know, it works really well in Overwatch's art style. It's really beautiful. So it definitely gets like an A in the looks department for sure. And then in gameplay wise, I think it's a lot of fun. Definitely one of the better maps in Overwatch. And again, these control point maps always enable characters that you don't get to see that often, so I love playing them. Like anytime that you have like Junkrats and Reinhardts and stuff like in the game, it just feels more like Overwatch to me. So definitely A tier. Okay, Shambali. I think this might be a hot take. I think Shambali is an S tier map. I feel like this map is perfectly designed for escort. It flows super well. It has some nice, clearly defined high ground that you have a lot of options to take. Like it's super easy to take them from the people who have them, but they're still strong. I think it's super fun. I don't feel like it gets stalled out that often. Maybe you could say on the second point you get stalled a little bit, but there's so many ways to get around the enemy team and up there. So I think definitely S tier map. Maybe not the top of S tier, but definitely S tier map. Okay. What is this one? Suravasa. For these flashpoint maps, I think it's difficult to say how much is the problem, how much of it is like a problem with the map, and how much of it is a problem with the game mode itself. I think Flashpoint is a pretty mid game mode in general, and I think the maps definitely suffer because of that. Let's see. I think this definitely has to be C tier. This is easily a C tier map. I think it's more towards the top of C tier for sure. And again, we'll organize all these in just a second. But yeah, C tier map. This is Oasis specifically for. This is like the one with the cars. I think Runasapi is better than New Junk City. Where do we have New Junk City on this? I think you meant Servasa. I think I would agree with that. You know what? We'll swap. New Junk City and Servasa. I would agree with that definitely, 100%. Okay, Oasis. This is just, I think it's City Center is what this one's called, or University. I can't remember which, but this is a C tier map. This is the one with the high ground and the cars. It's fun. It's like a classic Overwatch map, but it's just kind of mid. And then Volskaya, the last map on the list. Volskaya is an awesome map, A tier easily. I can't wait for them to bring these back, like Anubis and Hanamura and stuff in some form or fashion. Even if it is Clash and they kind of don't function quite the same, but these maps are so awesome. I miss playing Volskaya all the time, and Anubis. Okay. So now we have our full list. Let's go ahead and organize it. So F tier, Paris is definitely the worst map in the game because it's literally not even in the game anymore. And when it was in the game, it was there for like no time at all. So definitely F tier map. Havana is definitely worse than Circuit, I'm going to say. Havana just sucks really bad. Circuit, I think F tier is squared away. D tier, I think this is fine. I think Coliseo being the only D tier map works. It's definitely better since it's rework, but it's still a mid map for sure. You can maybe bump it up to C and we can get rid of the D tier entirely and merge these together, but I'm not doing all that. Lijiang, definitely worse than Coliseo. Okay, C tier. What's the best C tier map? So it's definitely not New Queen Street, not a shot. Or Petra. It might be Dorado or Busan. Busan's a pretty good C tier map. Numbani's really good too. It's definitely not going to be Necropolis or Horizon. This is tough. So I think the order I'm going to put these in is Busan, Numbani. Nah, New Junk City is better than Numbani. I would take New Junk City over Numbani any day of the week. Now, would I take Numbani over Dorado? No, I would take Dorado over Numbani. Okay, Ayutthaya. Oasis is better. Oasis is actually better than both of the... Is it? Oasis is better than New Junk City, right? Has to be. Okay, Necropolis enables Widowmaker. It's not as bad as Horizon. Midtown sucks so bad. I hate playing Midtown. Ayutthaya is good for what it is, or however you say it, so I think we can leave it there. Oasis, this one can go here, I think. This has to be better than... Necropolis is better than Midtown. It's hard to compare because they're not the same game mode at all, but like, I'd rather play Necropolis doing anything on Necropolis than anything on Midtown, I think. And then the Oasis map is generally, I'm going to say, better than that. It's probably better than Petra as well. Okay, I think this is a good arrangement for C tier. Okay, I'm happy with that. B tier. This is going to be tough. I think this is definitely going to be a challenge. So, Gibraltar being the best B tier map, I don't know about that. I definitely don't know about that. This is going towards the bottom. Hollywood is great. This has got to go somewhere over here. Rialto. I kind of feel like Rialto doesn't deserve to be in B tier. Rialto is really annoying sometimes. I've had some crazy games on Rialto that were just miserable. Or like I've nearly lost them and then like came back for basically no reason. You can hold third point really. I think we got to drop Rialto to C tier. It can be at the... Is Rialto worse than Busan? I feel like I've got to put Rialto like here. Here? Would I rather play Rialto or New Junk City? Is Rialto... And I don't know if you can say Rialto. Rialto's sinking in my mind right now, just falling to the bottom of... It's going to go mid-C tier. I hate Rialto. Okay, top of B tier. Junkertown's good. Rialto better than Busan? I don't know. I don't know about that. Because Busan is definitely better than... It's definitely better than New Junk City, Dorado, and Numbani. For sure, I think. It's maybe not better than Oasis. And I would say Rialto is definitely worse than all of these maps. It's fun, like, it's got like a fun goofy factor to it, but the fact that like you can just get a Widowmaker on it and never get to play the game and sit and spawn the whole time, it bumps it down so hard. Okay, I'm not touching C tier anymore. I'm leaving it like this. I think this is solid. B tier. Suravasa being at the bottom of B tier. Is there anything that is worse than that? This one, Paraiso, is probably better than or worse than Suravasa. Midtown, I feel like belongs in the middle. The best B tier map. That's what I want to figure out first. I think Junkertown, Watchpoint Gibraltar, and Blizzard World and Hollywood are definitely like, and Eco Point. Like this grouping right here is definitely the top 5. It's just like, what order are these going to be in? Something about Blizzard World being at the top of this feels wrong. So I think we put Hollywood at the top of B tier. I think that sounds pretty good. I think that sounds... I can't move it, okay. I think that sounds pretty safe. Hollywood at the top of B tier. Blizzard World, Gibraltar, Junkertown. Maybe we bump Eco Point above Gibraltar. No, it's worse than Gibraltar. But better than Junkertown? I think that's safe. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think Hollywood being at the top then is there. Yeah, or being at the top of B tier is clear. Okay. So now we need to sort out this middle section here. Just the tough part. Castillo is a really good deathmatch map, I think, actually. It's better than Chateau. So I'm gonna drop Chateau to like here for now. Kanazaka is also better than... It's definitely better than Midtown, for sure. Nepal Village is a fun map, but like these CTF maps, I almost wish I didn't put them on the list because they're kind of hard to rank against everything else. Because like normally Ruins, I would never put Ruins in B tier, but for a CTF map, both of these are like pretty okay, so I think I'm gonna leave them where they're at. Malavecto is lame. I think I would definitely rather play Chateau than Malavecto. We're gonna put Chateau here for now, I think. Okay. Esperanza or whatever. It's definitely better. I think this is good. I think I'm actually pretty happy with this here. I think this is a solid B tier grouping. Yeah, I think we'll stick with that. A tier. Oh man, this is rough because I love the two CP maps. I love the two CP maps so much, but they definitely have their problems. They are not without their issues, and if I had to rank them in order of like how good they actually wound up playing, it'd probably be like this. Hanamura is definitely the weakest. If you played Hanamura, you know there were so many opportunities to just get stalled out and screwed on Hanamura. Anubis is better, and Volskaya is better. So this grouping right here can stay. Eco Point Antarctica is better than probably all of the two CP maps just for what it is. Plays better. Ilios is probably better. I feel like because 2CP is just so awful in... Even though I want it back, and it would suck to have it back, but it would suck and be fun, I think these have to fall at the bottom. I think that's fair. Okay. Now we're dealing with these. So Samoa is definitely on the weaker end. It's a fun map, but just from like a sheer design and like gameplay variety standpoint, it's kind of formulaic, I would say, and it's gonna fall lower. Samoa really is just like you smash into each other, like both teams just like run at each other in a straight line nearly. So we'll leave that there for now. Ilios is the sheer amount of shenanigans you can get up to on Ilios puts it above Route 66 for sure. And then I personally am a really big fan of Li Jing and Nepal. I think we're going to leave it like this. I think this is a really solid grouping. S tier. King's Row is obviously the best map in Overwatch. And if I didn't put there, I feel like I would get yelled at by people. Personally, it's probably not my favorite. I think this is a controversial opinion, but I think Runasapi is better than Eichenwald. This is a really fun map, and it looks awesome. Also, it has like this new freshness to it because it's a newer game mode and a new map. So like, it's just, I'm sure like some of its flaws may come out as we all get to play it more. But I think for now, it's probably like maybe the second best map in the game. And I don't think that that's actually all that surprising. I mean, we would expect the devs to get better at making maps the longer that they do this. And after making all of these maps, they've got a lot of experience. So I think this is definitely one of the best maps in the game. And then, yeah, I think this is the tier list right here. True, Widow is so good on King's Row. I personally think King's Row is more like a B tier map. Just because of that fact, and I actually think the walk back from, like, if you're playing the streets phase of it, the walk back for attackers is so long, it's really, really punishing. Sometimes you can just like never, if you get the car all the way to second point but don't quite get it there, you can sit there for like the next 5 minutes trying to push that last 2 feet, and I think that really sucks. So I think, are we gonna say Runasapi is the best map in the game? I don't think that's right. No shot. No shot. I think this is. I really like Shambali though, but Runasapi is probably better than Shambali. I think this is it right here. This is the tier list. Thoughts? Any final moves we want to make before we finalize this? I'll read chat and we'll see. Anubis or Runasapi are the best maps. I have green tea and a green tea bag and a McDonald's cup. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that the best thing you've ever seen? Paris is negative tier. True. You know what? Oh, that doesn't even show up. We'll put Paris in the Z tier. Why Havana so low? Okay, we found the Widow player right here. Why? Because Havana is one of the worst maps in the game. Havana sucks. Nobody likes Havana. Might be the lightest. Okay, yeah, it's because I don't actually make the green tea. I just put the tea bag in the water and let it sit there while it sits on my desk. Um, and honestly, I've probably gone through like 4 glasses of water with this one tea bag, so I need to get a new one. I think this is the tier list. I think this is the definitive list. We might have to zoom out a little bit to capture it all in all its glory. So far, the only objections have been that Anubis or Runasapi is the best map. We could... You like Widow because you play Winton? Yeah, that's a fair point, but Widow ruins the game whenever she's in it, even if you are the Winston. I get the Widow's free food for the Winston player, but sometimes, man, you just can't even kill her with the Winston. So, yeah, I think we're good here. Volskaya should be S tier. Oh, that's a fair point. Are we really gonna say Volskaya is better than Nepal, Li Zhang, Eco Point, Ilios, Route 66, and Samoa? I don't know about that. Because Volskaya was really fun, but like there were times where you just literally didn't get to even leave the first choke. Just like Hanamura, um, you could walk out of spawn, go around that little building, and then be stuck at that choke like the entire rest of the game. So I feel like that makes it pretty low. Like it just can't be better than these. Okay, hold on. Let me change this. We can compare. Let's hopefully this doesn't. Okay, yeah. Boom. So this is I made a tier list before. I went ahead and um I went ahead and did this before the stream so I'd be ready. And let's see where everything lined up. I think generally we're gonna be roughly in the same order. Um so definitely the bottom tier maps stayed bottom tier maps, that's for sure. Petra we ranked a little higher. I think that's fair. I don't think I ordered this one, so we're just looking to see what's in each tier. I think generally still on the money here. What moved down from here? Oh, we moved New Junk City down. I think that was definitely a fair call though, to move New Junk City down. Yeah, I would say this is a pretty solid tier list. I feel like if you're like a pro player or something, you may disagree, but like your average Overwatch player, I feel like they would generally agree with this list. Everyone's gonna have their personal favorites, but yeah, this is my definitive Overwatch 2 tier list with all the maps ranked. So thanks for watching. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream here. Just a short, quick stream to rank all the maps. I don't know how often I'll stream or what I'll stream even. If I have something else to do like this, where it's like some easy content that I think would be better streamed than just straight up, like recorded and scripted and stuff, I'll definitely do more of these. I don't know if I'm ever just gonna play Overwatch and stream it, but maybe we'll see. If you'd like to see that, you can like let me know in the comments or whatever. But thanks for watching, everyone.